Question number 52 on the reading portion of College Boards Test 4. What statement is best supported by the data presented in the figure? Okay, I guess we just need to read every answer choice and just ask, is this true based on the graph that we have? Let's be very binary about this. Let's just answer a question. Let's not try to interpret, what is this graph saying? Let's read what they have to say and then we'll determine if it's right or wrong. Which statement is best supported by the data presented in the figure? The greatest cooling during the Little Ice Age occurred hundreds of years after the temperature peaks of the medieval warm period. The greatest cooling during the Little Ice Age occurred hundreds of years after the temperature peak of the medieval warm period. So the greatest cooling of the Little Ice Age was like right around here. Occurred hundreds of years after the peak of the medieval ice. That's true. The peak of the medieval warm period is like 1200, and then the depths of the Little Ice Age is around 1700. So that is hundreds of years between the peaks of the warm period and the coldness of the Ice Age. Yeah, I think so. It's like B. The sharp decline in temperature supports the hypothesis of an equatorial volcanic eruption. Okay. Why should we assume that the decline in temperature supports the hypothesis that it happened in the middle of the Earth? What? I don't know. I don't understand why location plays a role at all in this chart. We know this is about central England, but I don't know how the location of a volcano affects the temperature at different parts of the world. They like to do this on these graph questions. Just realize it. Sometimes they like to say things that are just unsupported or impossible to know from a measly little graph. Realize when they do that, because that's a common way that they trick people. They like to just say something that's completely unable to be substantiated by the text or by the graph. They say outlandish things. They say things about correlation and causation and relationships that we do not know or have no knowledge of from reading like a basic thing of time and temperature variation, and expect now to magically find this understanding of location now of where the eruption happened. So, no. C. Pyroclastic flows from volcanic eruptions continued for hundreds of years after the eruptions have ended. We have no idea where the eruptions started. We have no idea where they ended. We have no idea how long that they occurred. This is only talking about temperature in England, temperature variation versus year. We have absolutely nothing to talk about when we talk about volcanic eruptions and how long they happened and when the eruption ended. Again, they're just trying to make stuff up and make us say things that are not possible to understand when we reference this chart or graph. Because remember, this is all about the data in the figure. This is only about the data in the figure, nothing about anything else. D. Radiocarbon analysis is the best tool scientists have to determine temperature variations. Maybe that's true. Maybe radiocarbon analysis is the best tool. However, how do we know that this is going to be the best tool based on this like little graph? Is this somehow saying and best use of determining temperature variations, radiocarbon analysis 100%? Like, it's just talking about temperature variation and time. And the only answer choice that talks about temperature variation and time is going to be A. The greatest cooling during the Little Ice Age occurred hundreds of years after the peaks of the medieval warm period. Medieval warm period, depths of the Ice Age, 100 years between. The answer in number 52 is going to be A.